Hello, everyone. Okay, so throughout this series on sacred bleeding, I'm going to be covering some guided meditations. But I also know just from years of practice that when we go to do the meditations, sometimes writing our own is what works best. And especially for something like this, you know your body, you know your needs, you know your desires, you know how you feel through the different cycles that your body goes through, whether it be through the maiden, the mother, or the crone. So for this video, I'm just going to go over a little bit about things that you can include when you are writing your own meditations. But in other videos, I will actually do guided meditations. So the first thing, like this one, is about accepting your cycle. And whenever you go to start a meditation, it's always important to relax and settle in. Make sure that you've got your deep breaths that will wake you up, that will cleanse you, and that will focus you. And then pause for a little bit. So when you're writing your meditation, incorporate something like placing your hands along your belly button or just below, something to focus that energy to that specific area. Some people have placed like rose petals on their abdomen. I've known some people to put an essential oil like jasmine or lavender, rose, anything that's calming. Now, as you feel the welcoming warmth of your reproductive organs on your hands, you can start to focus the energy there. Now, whenever you're writing, make sure that you know that your cycle aligns with the moon cycle. So you can incorporate something like it may be a waxing phase of the moon and you may just be starting your cycle, so you can incorporate that. Or if it's the waning phase of the moon and you're at the end of your cycle, I will go over in another video about the different cycles of the moon and like during the bleeding phase and the ovulation periods and stuff like that. So after that video, maybe it will help you be more in tune with your cycle and the moon cycle in order to better write a meditation. Now, imagine watching it slowly change through the months, reflecting just the crescent shape of light in one moment, a full moon the next, and the new moon the next, and just observe these changes happening over time, slowly. So during your writing phase of your meditation, make sure that you incorporate different attributes of the moon to your cycle. And pause between each one because it's not a rapid change. Then noticing the deep love and the respect that you have for her cycles, meaning the moon cycles. And then you pause. So moving on to the next section of your meditation, you will want to incorporate something like feminine energy has its cycle too. It aligns with your monthly cycle, and just like the moon, means you have days when you are full of energy and lively and open. So during that will be more of a sped up part of the meditation where you're actually pulling in energies to your abdomen or to your life in general. And then you also have days when you have low energy, going inside yourself and restoring. So you want to be able to appreciate that time as well. All of these phases are your energy and are equally important parts of your cycle. So be here with your energy. Come inside and just noticing the type of the energy that you have had lately. And without labeling it good or bad, see if you can surrender it and become one with it. So accepting the differences in your cycle, what your sister's cycle may be, or your aunt's or your mother's, different cycles and different times of it do produce different things, but that doesn't mean that everybody is going to be producing the same thing. So make sure when you're writing your meditation to clearly state what your energies are during your cycle. And then you pause for a little bit. Your life has a beautiful cycle too. Your time as a little girl, a young woman, a mature woman, and an old woman. So when writing your meditation, make sure to include all of those aspects. Or you can do different meditations for each aspect, depending on what you have time for and what you're comfortable with. And just like other cycles, each stage of life is equally important and valuable. That is a good time in the meditation to let go of traumas, to let go of childhood dreams that, didn't come true, the loss, the grief, anything like that. As you move through your meditation, through your cycle, you can experience both the good and the bad, but it's important to not label it because you're moving on from it and you're moving into something better. So you're back into that moment. You're fully alive in the cycle of life you are in. Breathe it in its goodness, all of those things that make this stage of life so precious. And breathe out any stories or thoughts that may make you believe that your current stage is bad or invaluable or unwanted. Breathe in the good, breathe out the bad. Breathe in the truth, breathe out the stories. And just be there in that moment. You can also do some humming with a deep respect and connection to where you are in life right now. Humming bells, bowl tunes, different types of sounds can help you through any of your meditations. And then pause and just enjoy that moment, the moment of being cleansed and focused and accepting the sacred bleeding cycle. Because it's not just you, it's ancestors, it's future generations. It's a whole collective. Every part of you and every phase of your cycles are beautiful and special, just like you. Namaste.